Hi everyone! Do you know this feeling when you just can't stop looking at someone in the crowd because they're so beautiful? Their beauty might be unconventional, but still amazing, magnetic, and tempting. Sometimes one look is enough to fall in love.
Touch it. Move it. Play with it. Give me a flip like that. Eyes big. Now sparkle.
Sparkle?
Like an anime character. Now sparkle. Needs work.
And each of the heroes of our video for today is unique in their own way. Well, let's take a closer look at the people with unconventional and irresistible beauty. Ekatarina Mironenko. Not always people with unique looks choose modeling careers. Ekatarina Mironenko from Moscow is not a model at all. She's a journalist and a photographer. Very often, these people stay behind the scenes, but not Ekaterina. Her amazing looks make her an Instagram celebrity. She already has more than 450,000 followers, and this is clearly not the limit. It's all because of her unusual eyes. So bright and expressive, it's like you are looking right into the cold northern sea. Quay. It's hard to believe some people still think that freckles are something you should be ashamed of. Some compare freckles with acne, or even consider themselves to be ugly because of these little specks. Well, we hope you are not one of such people, because freckles are amazing. After all, they are called the sun kisses for a good reason. The British model Quay is a living proof of this. Beautiful, bright, cheerful, with big eyes and long eyelashes. The word sunny describes her the best. She says that the sun makes her happy, and it's easy to believe her. Coral is like a little sun herself, ready to share her light with everyone around. She lives to be happy, because life is too short to be sad. In between model auditions, the girl watches documentaries. She cannot imagine her life without tea with milk and 2 spoons of sugar, and her favorite movie is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Shawn Ross. At one point, people with albinism were considered sorcerers, and everybody tried to stay away from them. Thankfully, these times are long gone, and humanity has finally learned to appreciate the beauty of albinos. After all, albino people are unique. In the fashion world, there are many albino models, and the most famous of them is Shawn Ross. Shawn was born in the Bronx, and his childhood can hardly be called happy. Peers simply didn't want to talk with him, all because of his distinctive appearance. For some time, Shawn aspired a career in dancing. And after that, he decided to try his luck in the modeling industry. And he made the right choice. He became the first African American with albinism to succeed in the modeling business. Shawn turned his unusual appearance into his advantage and became a real legend. Shawn was featured in fashion magazines, including British GQ, Italian Vogue, ID Magazine, Paper Magazine, and Another Man. He also participated in the fashion shows of many famous designers and starred in music videos. By the way, some believe that it was Shawn who inspired people with unconventional beauty to embrace themselves. Thando Hopa. Becoming the first woman with albinism to be featured on the cover of the world-famous Vogue magazine is a really outstanding achievement. Thando Hopa is a model and activist from South Africa. The entire world knows her now, but at one point, she didn't even think about catwalks and photo shoots. The girl finished a law school and worked as a prosecutor when she was discovered by South African fashion designer Gert Johan Coetzee. He invited her to work as a model and made the right choice. Thanks to her gentle, amazing beauty, the girl quickly became really popular. Today, she works to raise awareness about albinism, because in many African countries, albinism is still considered a curse, though the largest number of albinos in the world live in Africa. Up to this day, people with albinism are mistreated and shunned. That is why activists such as Thando Hopa are so outspoken about the problem of African albinos, while international organizations are trying to bring this issue to the global level. Nyakim Gatwech. She is often called the Queen of the Dark, and Nyakim seems to like this nickname. The girl was born in South Sudan, but lives in Minnesota, USA. Nyakim's unusual look draws a lot of attention, but it took a long time for her to gain self-confidence. Haters often left toxic comments under her posts, ruining her mood and self-esteem. But thanks to the support of her followers on social networks, 460,000 of them in her Instagram alone, Nyakim managed to accept herself. The girl proves that everyone is beautiful in their own way. Cassandra Naud. When Cassandra Naud was born, it became clear right away that the girl would be different from her peers. The thing is, Cassandra was born with a Becky's Nevi on her face, a large, brightly colored and hairy birthmark. Of course, the doctors offered Cassandra's parents to do surgery to remove the birthmark, but they refused, and not because of simple reluctance or cost. Nevus is buried deep in the skin, and its removal could leave a large scar. In addition, there was a risk that Cassandra's eye would be affected. The girl was growing up and her looks caused different emotions among her peers. When she was in high school, Cassandra persuaded her parents to let her have an appointment with the plastic surgeon. However, the doctor could not reassure the family. At that time, surgery techniques were still not advanced enough to remove a nevus without consequences. The girl had to learn to accept the way she looks, and she did it. It took some effort and time, but she did it. Now the nevus has become her distinguishing feature that helps her stand out from the rest. And we must say, this mark does not make Cassandra any less beautiful. She's a great-looking girl with a peculiar feature that makes her appearance really unique. Ralph Souffrant. Ralph Souffrant has many freckles, so many that he could even share them with someone if it was possible. 24-year-old Ralph took the fashion world by storm.
Get me out of there.
He worked with world-famous brands like Adidas, Yeezy, Diesel, and Gypsy Sport. His secret is hard work and, of course, unconventional looks. But it's not about the freckles only. Ralph also has red hair. These two traits, not typical for African Americans, make him truly unique. Ralph was born in Haiti. When the boy was 9 years old, his family moved to the United States in Brooklyn, New York. As a teenager, Ralph wanted to focus on sports, but in the end, he decided that he wanted to turn his body into a work of art. We think he did it with great success. Gothi Iman Dithemi. You might have heard of a condition called vitiligo. Winnie Harlow is one of the best-known models with this feature. Gothi Iman Dithemi is a South African model who, like Winnie, was born with a skin pigmentation disorder. But the girl didn't perceive it as something ugly, and instead decided to proudly demonstrate her unique appearance to everyone. The fashion world noticed her, and now she is a successful catwalk model. Her modeling debut happened in 2017 during the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week in South Africa. By the way, many of her fans say that the spot on her face is very similar to the outlines of the African continent. They say this must be a good sign that should bring her luck and success. Let's hope that this is true. Stephen Thompson. Unusual looks. Is it an amazing gift or a drawback? Everyone must decide for themselves. However, the heroes of today's video are definitely proud of the way they look, no matter how difficult it was to accept themselves. It's simply impossible not to notice Stephen Thompson. That's because he is a tall man, almost 2 meters tall, and his skin, like his hair, is snow white. Stephen was born with a condition affecting melanin production, and this, as you know, is the pigment responsible for the color of skin, hair, and eyes. In other words, Stephen is an albino. If you know the world of fashion, you have probably seen this American partaking in the Givenchy Spring-Summer 2011 show. In 2007, Stephen released his own music album. He is blind in one eye, so he works in the center for the visually impaired to help those less fortunate. Yes, he is all that. An actor, model, jazz man, and a man with a good heart. Mecky Alantei. Prison is a terrible place that changes a person's life and often ruins it forever. However, our next hero was the exception to this rule. A couple of years ago, Mecky Alantei was serving his sentence in prison, and today he has made his way into the world of fashion and is becoming more successful every day. His amazing eyes, one brown and the other one blue, helped him get a pass into the world of fashion. When the model agencies noticed his photos, Mecky's life has changed dramatically. Today, he asks to call himself lucky because he managed to sign a contract with a major modeling agency and even take part in New York Fashion Week. Akin Cavalcante. Our last model for today also has to live with vitiligo, a skin pigmentation disorder. Although, to be honest, Akin is very proud of the way he looks. In the end, his appearance is what made him so popular and helped him become a model. We are very happy that Akin has managed to gain fame because he tries to raise awareness about his condition, and also because there are more women with vitiligo than men. Perhaps many people are still ashamed of having this condition, but Akin believes this is something to be proud of. Well, this is it for today. See you soon!